Hey everybody, welcome to another one of Chris's beer reviews. Today I'm going to be drinking something that I've been anticipating for a couple months. Here it is, finally. The Renaissance Brewing Company's Chocolate Oatmeal Stout. Um, I'm really looking forward to trying this. It's the Australian International 2011 Beer Award winner, so that's pretty cool. It says, intense, smooth, and mellow, ale brewed with cocoa. It's a 500 milliliter bottle. It's got 4.9% ABV. And on the back here, it says, Craftsman is our chocolate oatmeal stout. To brew it, we add a proportion of oatmeal to the mash for a velvety smooth mouthfeel and plenty of dark roasted cocoa nibs to mash. Boil and fermentor. The result is a rich, intense stout enhanced with notes of dark chocolate that gradually gives way to a subtle hop finish. With malt, coffee, and chocolate flavors, Craftsman pairs with any dessert or match it with hearty fare such as venison and beef. That definitely sounds like a good idea. Pairing it with meats would be very cool. It says that it's got water, malted barley, hops, oatmeal, cocoa, and vanilla. It's a product of Blenheim, New Zealand. Now, I'm really looking forward to this. You know what? One thing that the Renaissance Brewery was able to do, and I didn't know this at the time, was it was a Scotch ale. I've had several Scotch ales and whiskey ales since then, and none of them have been even close to being up to par with the Renaissance Brewery's Scotch ale. So, one thing that companies generally tend to do when they have chocolate or oatmeal stouts, well, particularly the chocolates and the coffees as well, is they don't have the flavors that they're advertising to be like a very flavorful, very pungent taste. It's usually something that you just get a hint of. So I'm really curious when I'm going to be, taking a nice whiff of this beer and whether I'm going to be drinking this, whether it's actually going to be, very chocolatey like most beers claim to be. So I'm going to be drinking it out of my Samuel Smith Stein glass here. This came with my gift pack that had their oatmeal stout inside, so it should be good. I'm going to be opening it with just a beer cap because I'm going to be saving the cap for later. Alright. Getting some roasted barley aromas there, a little bit of chocolate. One thing I'm noticing right away is it doesn't really have a lot of head. So if you're wondering why I'm pouring it so aggressively, it's because I want there to be head. So there we go. We got a very nice pour there. I'm going to take a little bit of a risque maneuver here, but there we go. Excellent. Now we have a very creamy looking head, like almost a A&W root beer kind of head, if you know what I'm getting at. Got small, medium, and large bubbles here. We got a one-finger head. A very caramel, coffee-looking color with the head. If I were to just put my hand over the light here, you'd completely understand what I'm talking about here. Now, this is a dark stout. You can't see through it whatsoever, just like the majority of them. And one thing that's really cool about this that I notice about stouts here or there is sometimes they have a little bit of a brown or a red shine or I don't know, almost light reflection that comes to this side. This one is just completely black. Alright, so I'm not picking up on a lot of chocolate aromas there. I'm picking up more on the barley and the cocoa. Haven't done that amateur move in a while. That's definitely easier to smell that now. Yeah, that's all I'm getting from the nose. Definitely some roasted aromas in there. I always like roasted aromas and flavors in with my stouts or my porters. There goes, bottoms up. Well, yeah. You know what? As much as I want to say that it's a hint of chocolate and mocha, for some reason I feel like the oatmeal actually helps bring out the chocolate taste in this beer. The oatmeal provides that roasted flavor that I was talking about that I don't really pick up from all oatmeal stouts. So it's very chocolatey, um, very roasted, and the only thing in my opinion, the only thing keeping this from being the best that it could be is it would actually taste better with a little bit more alcohol. It being 4.9%, you know, you're almost you're kind of trying to get the general public to drink, you know, microbrewery brewmaster beer like this. You know, it's a good advertising campaign. It's good for people who who want to experiment, but for people who really do like to enjoy beer um, to the furthest of degrees, I would almost say that the general you know, person like that would agree with me that this would be almost better if it were a chocolate oatmeal imperial stout, um, making it, you know, at least another couple notches up in alcohol. I could almost see how it would spike it very well without interrupting it with the flavor. But yeah, um, the chocolate keeps on coming out viciously. I'm telling you, it's actually getting more chocolate the more I'm drinking it, which is usually the opposite effect that you get with these types of beers. So I wish I could pick up on the type of chocolate that's in this. But you know what? I'm also getting like in your mouth, feels very creamy, almost kind of like a milk stout, but not nearly as sweet. So I'm really liking this. You got a lot of lace on the side here, a lot of lace. That says something about the character. And you know what? Even though there isn't a lot of head with this beer, don't let it fool you. It's truly exceptional. Um, it, there's always going to be a little bit of a creamy ring around the top of the liquid in the glass. Um, so I can play with it and I can actually develop more head if I want to. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of what you can do with this. Because in my opinion, when you can recreate the head, when you like the taste of the head, recreate the head. Um, that's, I don't know, in my opinion, where all the flavor is. But of course, you're also flattening it in a way. So if you want more flavor, you got to drink it fast. Anyways, it's really good. It's also making me think about chocolate milk now. I mean, a lot of people said that Young's double chocolate stout had a milkshake presence to it. This one is far more superior in the realm of tasting like a milkshake or a chocolate milk. Very good. It could be better. That's the only thing. To be completely honest with you, if this had 8-9% alcohol in it, I could give it a 9% or higher. Unfortunately, the flavor is all there. Sorry, fortunately, the flavor is all there. But unfortunately, for flavor, I'm giving it an 8. Sorry, for flavor, I'd give it a 9.5 easily. Um, but for the alcohol content, I would give it a 7. So, in my opinion, I'm just going to give this an 8 out of 10, or even a 7.5 out of 10. It's very good, very good. Um, whether you like beers or not, you could potentially appreciate this. For the price, I'll say it's not really worth it. It's probably around $5.95, something along those lines. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Another one of Chris's beer reviews. Don't drink and drive. Just drink responsibly, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.